Alan, Wasalan, you with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another read from Stolen Legacy. It's been entertaining, enlightening. A lot of answers have been given in this book right here, and we should be wrapping this up in two more reads. And I just say this to you, go out and get the book. Go out and get Stolen Legacy, George G.M. James, a cream color, a sarcophagus on here with a mummy, orange writings. You got what I'm saying? George G.M. James, and go through it. Learn your culture, learn your history, learn your ancestors. You know what I mean? It's a lot in here that you should understand where this comes from in this religion, where this comes from in that religion, how this got into that religion. You get what I'm saying? This culture we're in, we deal with the spirit, we deal with the soul. Religion is something different than spirituality. Religion is man. You understand what I'm saying? It is man made. You feel what I'm saying? You get it? This right here, this Kemetic culture, your spirit is involved. It's mind, body, soul. You feel what I'm saying? You get it? Your soul, your mind, your body. Those three things you're supposed to keep healthy. You get what I'm saying? You don't pollute those at all. For no reason. You don't pollute it. This is your temple. You get me? There's a base, there's a point. You feel what I'm saying? The way I see it, you got what I'm saying? Your soul is the point. You feel me? Your mind is either your left or your right side. You feel what I'm saying? Your body is either the other, it's like a pyramid. You feel what I'm saying? You got a point and you got two sides and you have a base. You feel what I'm saying? Your base is the root of it. You feel what I'm saying? Your base should, when you look at it, it's like the root. You get it? Anywho, if you don't get it, like I said, get the book, go through, get your own processing. If I'm not fully explaining it to you right, or you have any type of questions of what I'm saying, of how I'm processing this, and I don't profess to know it all, I know a little bit more than you. You got what I'm saying? I don't know it all, because there's someone that know more than me. You get it? So, process it. You feel what I'm saying? Connect dots. There's nothing wrong with a Muslim picking up a holy Bible. There's nothing wrong with a Christian picking up a Quran. There's nothing wrong with you picking up any religious book out here that is, that is public. You feel what I'm saying? And researching everything to get to know you, to get to understand the way of the world. You can find your friend in these scriptures. You can find your woman in these scriptures. You sit there and you wonder to yourself, man, am I ever going to understand this woman I'm with? You can find her in these scriptures. You can find her. You can find her characteristics. All you have to do is read. Look, you with the nasty pastor. Like I said, you know what I mean? We in Stolen Legacy. We in chapter 9, and we get ready to wrap this up with another. Well, it'll probably be two more reads. We'll be wrapping this up, and I hope you got something out of this. I hope you really study the 10 fetters. I hope you really understand that, we fought the civilization that we allowed to be taken from us. I hope another thing you understand, that every culture that really existed on this rock we live on has sat on that throne in some period of time in history. I'm waiting to read up on the Asians. I haven't read that they sat on the throne, but I know they came over to try to conquer. You feel what I'm saying? But that's another part of history I have to really get into, really research. Hopefully, I run across a book. You feel what I'm saying? I know the Arab set up there. You know, I know more than just the Kemite tribe in Africa set up on that throne. I know the Jews set up there, and I know Europeans sat on that throne. You get what I'm saying? So understand this, you know what I mean? I'm tired of forging. I'm tired of building. I'm tired of how to say this, you know, rebuilding, restructuring my life. So when you take that and you take it back to our history, to our beginning, you know, look at all we done before it was snatched from us. Look at all we done. You know, we civilized this rock. First, we civilized our people. Then, from civilizing our people, our children, you know, it went on to civilize the other continents, other cultures. You get it? So, to have it snatched and they do what they want to do with it, you know what I mean, and then come back and use it against us to oppress us more, wake up. Wake up. How can you allow your own way of life oppress you? That don't make sense to me. It don't. It just don't. Let's dive into this reading. You know, let's get this going. Let's get some understanding. I believe that a reformation of this kind is possible if the best minds of both racial groups cooperate in its accomplishment. Both groups have been the common victims of miseducation arising from a false tradition about the African continent, and it has caused them to develop attitudes according to their common belief. The white people a superiority complex, and the black people the corresponding inferiority complex. And if we are to accomplish a reformation in race relations, it is obvious that both racial groups must combine their efforts in the abandonment and destruction of that mentality which has plunged the black people into their social plight. This, I suggest, should be done by a worldwide dissemination of the truth through a system of re-education in order to stimulate and encourage a change in the attitude of races towards each other in combining their efforts. Both races must not only preach and teach the truth that the mystery system of the African continent gave the world philosophy and religion and the arts and sciences, but they must see to it that all false praise of the Greeks be removed from the textbooks of our schools and colleges. You get it? You come on now. You get what I explained to you in the intro of this. See, we invented the mystery system. You see what I'm saying? And the mystery system went on and traveled into Europe. You know, along its way, religion was formed. You feel what I'm saying? So if we don't stand up and teach our babies that you know what you're reading in your schools, what you're doing these theses on, these tests on, these tests, you know, these tests you're doing, you know, on that it's okay to get this diploma, but always understand that history has been rewritten for a certain culture's gain, and you can gain from their republishing of our history, because as long as you know who you are, as long as you know your history, you could see where you need to go left You get what I'm saying? Well, you need to go left outside of that classroom to get that, you're in that classroom to get that diploma to advance your life. You get what I'm saying? But you should know where to go left at in your social, in your in your culture, when you're speaking, when you're how to put it, you're mingling, you're around your culture. You feel what I'm saying? You know, life is structured in a foreign land. Well, we're all foreigners. You feel what I'm saying? But we're all climbing to, how to say this, to be successful. Most of us on a financial, walk in their life. Some of us is on a spiritual walk in our life. So if you're trying to get to heaven, you got what I'm saying, speak the truth. You feel what I'm saying? If you're trying to bamboozle, then you're gonna always not dictate, but spread the message of how to hypocrisy. You feel what I'm saying? You got hypocrisy. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna spread the message of untruths and have your kids walking blind out here. You get it? There's things that is not fully explained when another culture give it to you. You need to go to the root of history to get it. Take yourself all the way back to the beginning of time. You get it? And if you think Adam and Eve was the beginning of time, it was not. No, it was not. The beginning of time started in these heavens, started in the universe. You feel me? Take yourself back there. I'm an Old Testament person. You feel me? I'm a very Old Testament person because, see, that's where the demiurge really showed and was really present upon this rock. You get what I'm saying? Yes, Jesus is a great man. You get what I'm saying? Jesus is a God that walked this earth that the demiurge used to perform miracles, to spread a message. For this is the practice that has blindfolded the world and has laid the foundations for the deplorable race relations of the modern world. A. The name of Pythagoras, for instance, should be deleted from our mathematical textbooks. In geometry, where the theorem of the square on the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is called the Pythagorean theorem, because this is not true. Then you get how excuse me, math is given to the Greeks. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they invented math. I don't understand how they invented math if we're over here building. Even unknowingly, if we won't using rulers, even unknowingly, if we won't using right angles, left angles, triangles, all that stuff that architecture used to build, to build structures, buildings, houses, cars, whatever structure, you build, there are measurements that need to be put in place. You think about the pyramids, you think about the Kemetic culture. It's the oldest culture that exists on this planet. You get it? On this rock. It's the oldest culture. It's been told. There are geologists that are finding things and trying to say that, okay, this is older than this is older than that. Okay, have you finished digging? Have you finished digging up the world? There are some things you might find in America if you keep digging. You get it? If America would allow you to continue to dig, and not build on it, there are some things you're going to find in America that may be older than what you found in Europe, what you found in Asia, what you found you might you might find the Garden of Eden for real, for real. You know, you get what I'm saying? Africa is a place that they will not, there's certain parts of Africa they're not gonna let you build upon. Just not. There's there's maps that has told that foretells a civilization was there. There's something that's there, but the sand has covered it. You feel what I'm saying? Over time, that much sand has covered it. B, we must point out to the world the deception in attaching the authorship of Socrates to the precept, man know thyself, and in attaching the authorship of Plato to the four cardinal virtues, since Socrates obtained the self-knowledge precept from the Egyptian temples where it was used as an inscription. And Plato reduced the 10 virtues of the North African mystery system to 4. We must also prove to the world that the doctrines of the so-called Greek philosophers originated from the ancient mystery system of North Africa. You get what I'm saying? You understand what happened? You get it? You know, everybody want to be the first. Every culture want to be the first to have done this, the first to have done that, the first to have done that. You know, why don't you be the first to say, I got that from out of such and such culture, but I revised it to fit my culture. Now look at how successful we are. Do you get it? There are things that I learned from other cultures that I have adopted into my life, and I have, you know, been successful with it. You get it? So don't never think you can't learn something from out another culture, because you can. You know, there's things in this culture that I'm in that I say to myself, okay, I got to work hard on that. I got to work much more hard on self-control. You feel what I'm saying? There's things that I have went to classes, and the teacher is a white woman. You get what I'm saying? You know, and I'm sitting there listening to her, and she's telling me how to control my anger, telling me how to control my thought, telling me what my triggers are. You get it? I'm not going to not listen to this woman because she's white, because she's of another culture. If she makes sense, I'm going to listen to her and I'm going to apply some actions to it. This proof has been set forth in chapters 5 to 8 of Stolen Legacy. In order to carry out our worldwide crusade, we must recommend Stolen Legacy for adoption and study in the schools and colleges of both racial groups and in our fraternities, sororities, and interracial groups, in order that young and old of our present generation might all get to know the truth and be able to pass it on to future generations. This, I believe, will be a very helpful method by which this process of re-education will become universal and effective in the creation of a much-needed racial reformation. The white people of our modern age cannot be regarded as wholly responsible for social conditions which are the result of false racial tradition. It is this that makes race relations a challenge to the best minds of both racial groups to combine their efforts in this solution. Let's end this read right here. And, you know, just understand, you know what I mean, on some realness, you know, you can learn something from a dog. You can learn something from a cat. You can learn something from a mouse. You get what I'm saying? If you really pay attention to what you're being showed, you can learn something. It don't matter who you get it from. You know, I learned, you know, before my kids could really think for themselves, I was learning from them. You get what I'm saying? I sit there and look at them and I say, okay, so this how he is. Okay, this how she is. Okay, boom. Let me figure out how to talk to them. Let me figure out how to talk to my cousin-in-laws, you know what I mean? And I learned how to talk to them. And I learned how to reach them. So don't tell me a child can't teach you something. You get what I'm saying? We think because we're older, we think because we're parents, we know it all. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. You're an ignorant person to think that someone younger than you can teach you something. Because they can't. And yes, it's about them. You feel what I'm saying? It's about them. But you'd be surprised what else you can learn if you sit down and dialogue with them. Kids are intelligent, very intelligent. Kids are privileged to more information than you think you are. There, it gets to a point, you get to a certain age, you don't even want to learn nothing else. You want to stay in the same understanding you've been in for 50, 60 years. And times have evolved. You get it? It has evolved. Look, you with the nasty pastor. This been another Read of Stolen Legacy. I love you, and I'm out.